Alright, I figured why not one more video today. So we're going to be testing hole tool rib no symmetry, which, you know, looking at this is surprising, and thin walls. But let's get started. Okay, what do we got? We have some notes. First off, let's change it to inches. That'll save us a lot of pain. Okay, it's this kitchen spice rack. We're only asking for the mass of item 2. Okay, so we only really need to 3D model number 2. And what do we have? We've got basically, I'm surprised it says no symmetry. I mean, I feel like these are symmetric around this axis here. I feel like what I want to do is just sketch this whole outside perimeter and then extrude it, fillet, and then holes. So it would be sketch, hard angles, sketch, 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 extrude the whole thing, fillet, 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 shell, 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 and then holes. Let's give it a shot. So we'll do, no, that's not what we wanted. We want to do a sketch on that plane. I'm going to try and be more rough with my initial sketch and just lean on dimensions. So let's try that. I'm typically trying to be too precise in the beginning, and I think it's helpful just to get the rough sketch done before you worry about the length of everything. So we know this distance between here and here is 8. Okay. I'm actually going to do some construction lines down. I think that'll help with doing some offsets. And then we're saying the distance between here and here is 2.667, which feels like it's just 2/3. So 2/3, 2/3, 2/3. But I'll do basically 2 plus 2/3. And then same for here to here. Or we just do 8 divided by 3. How about that? That makes it a little bit more obvious. That's 1/3 of the full distance. fact, let's go even better. Let's say it's 8d1 divided by 3, right? That way we could actually, if we do end up making this thing and printing it, if we want to that's another thing too, is we could just say this is equal to this, and this is equal to this. I guess that's kind of forced to be the right length if these two are equal, right? Because it's the only distance it can be. So I think those are fully constrained. I shouldn't be able to, yeah. And then we know this is 3 between here and here. Let's do that. And then this distance here is 1. So I think it's pretty obvious that this distance here is going to be 2. It is, in fact, 2. Okay. All right, and then we've got some interesting things going on. We want to do an offset. Let's do a break here. Sorry. Let's break that here. Oh wait, we decided we were going to do shell, right? Yeah. So at this point, we've got the basic shape, so let's just extrude it. Which is 1.5. Oh no. Go back. Is my clock still going? Okay. Nice. Oh, my touchpad is messing me up because I'm not zoomed in enough, I suppose. Okay, so let's fillet those edges, 0.25. Yep. And then what's interesting about this is the fact that it's sort of like a shell. However, this is not offset from this line. It's actually which is really quite interesting and annoying at the same time. I'm trying to think of like what's the easiest way to do an offset on these 3 sides, but not here. What I could do is just do a sketch. Sketch along this plane and then do an offset of this whole thing first by 0.125. And then you can just do some lines down. As long as this and this are vertically aligned, that's good. And then we can just take this line and bring it down. That actually worked out okay. I don't mind that approach. So same with this. Let's get these vertically aligned. And then get that going. And then we can easily just shell this. Which is this command. So if I shell, actually I don't really need to shell it at this point, I just need to extrude it to distance, but give it that +2.5 thickness. I don't know if this is the right way, but do, I mean, we know what it is. It's 1.5 minus 0.25 negative plus 0.25. Or is it 0.125? Darn it. Hold on. Oh boy, I think I screwed up that original offset way back at the beginning. Or no, 0.125, okay. That means this is probably 0.125, we can inspect it. 0.75? 0.125, okay. We're good. But this extrude you got wrong. That should be plus 0.125. There we go. I'm going to copy that formula. Actually, we should be able to say bang to object and then just grab that same wall. Same thing here. To object, grab that wall. Okay. And now we're going to do some holes. Oh, I did it again. So let's look at this plane. We're going to sketch on this plane. Okay. a 0.22 hole. Two of them. Okay, what? Sure, okay. And we want these to be horizontally aligned. Okay. And we want their distance apart to be 1.25. Oh, what the heck am I? I don't know where that came from. Do I have a bunch of these that I just copied around? What is this point? There we go. Okay. Now the distance between those, 1.25. And then the distance from here to the edge is 0.7. And then the distance, this is centered with this. This is my new trick. I hold shift and I can grab, I think I need to project that line. I can do that. Project this. Okay. So now I want to horizontally the midpoint. Oh, that's so easy. I love that. Can we create some copies of that? We sure can. I like that a lot. Let's do that again. Okay. And this is 3.375. Oops. I'm not so used to that move command. 3.375. This is vertically aligned or horizontally aligned with that. Good. And then let's do another one. This is 6.15. Perfect. And again, this is going to be horizontally aligned with that midpoint. And then we'll just extrude, boom, 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 boom. I love saying boom, boom, boom. We'll bring it all the way down to object this. Okay, so those are done. Now we just need to project. Actually, I don't even think I need to project. I might need to. All right. So let's project this, 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 and this. Perfect. And we got 0.5 holes. Extrude those. Through to object. Okay. I think that about does it. And we're doing ABS for this. Let's get the properties. We've got 3.48 ounce mass. In pounds. 3.48 divided by 16 is 3.48 divided by 16. Is that what I wanted? Okay, done. Now, would I have done anything differently? It wanted you to use, let's see, hole tool. I didn't use that. I just like using the circles. I don't know what rib is. I've never heard of rib. Oh, interesting. Let's look at rib. Creates a thin feature from an open sketch profile. Extruded to the nearest face on a solid body. The rib feature is extruded in a direction parallel to the sketch plane. Extruded parallel to the sketch plane. Trying to think of like why that would be helpful. Let's try this out. All right, let's back this up. So I'm going to save this. Called lift shelf. And then let's create a copy. E. And then let's close this. Open it. Let's back this up. So theoretically, maybe I can shell this with a thickness of 0.125. Okay. And then trying to think of how we might use the rib tool at this point. Select profile. Wondering if I do like a line down. Okay. Finish sketch. And then do rib on that. Thickness 0.125. I clearly do not know how ribs work. I'll have to do some research. Anyways, that concludes this video.